The void. Pure, crazy darkness. What a terrifying concept to be in a place that is just pure pitch black, right? I apologize, you might hear it. You might hear some noises of outside. I can't muffle that. They're doing a lot of like big construction, like literally just outside, so I do apologize about that. I wanted to go ahead and talk today about, we're going to do a quick little review about a game that I recently got to play, which is called The Voidness. Now, this is a Lidar horror survival game. Now, what you got to understand about what that means. So, Lidar scanning technology, at least in games, I don't know if it's the same in real life. That's something I sadly do not know. But in the world of gaming, it's basically you always have some kind of a scanning device which populates these dots. Have you ever seen kind of like a dots projector, like in ghost hunting and stuff like that, or in some cases similar to like a laser pointer technology, something like kind of like that? Imagine that, but it's constantly populating, right? Your surroundings because you can't see. So it's really cool. It's really fun. I'm sure I'm going to use some more gameplay clips from when I recorded it because I guarantee you I'm going to put my proper full gameplay experience out probably around the same time as this review goes live. But I really wanted to play this, right? I saw the opportunity and I thought I would jump on it because So ages and ages ago, I played a fantastic horror game called Scanner Somber. And it was a game that I had never played before. Like, I'd never experienced something of that kind of nature where you are just exposed. So you start in a cave, right, in Scanner Somber, and basically everything around you is pitch black, and you have to kind of find a way out. It's pretty simple. But, yet again, you can't see. So you use a little scanning device which kind of populates these dots, which kind of help you at least see things in a somewhat three-dimensional space. It's not picture perfect. If you stood in spots and you did it forever, maybe you could see a little bit more, but otherwise it's not perfect with the visuals, and I think that's one of the most appealing things about it, right? Is the lack of information and you have to kind of work with what you got. It's really fun and it's really terrifying in multiple ways because you can't see a thing without it, right? Like if you didn't use it, no idea where you're going. And so the Voidness continues on this kind of a cool idea, and I was really excited to play it. So in this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you a little bit of information, but I'm going to do my best to avoid spoilers. So in this, you play the story of Francesca Lee, and she's one of these astronauts, I think it's like 8 of them, that have been sent to this planet called Tenebris. And there's this bizarre, gloomy void blackness that they've been sent to observe and investigate and research and report on, and they've set up some scientific bases near it, right? And when the game starts, you kind of wake up as Francesca Lee. You're in what looks like some kind of a med bay area. You're not exactly sure what's happened or what's going on, but you slowly kind of come to the realization as you're looking around for anybody that everybody else is gone and the place looks a bit disheveled, if you want to say that. And you have to find out what happened. You have to find your friends. Now, not all of the game is set in this pitch black voidness that you end up going into, the gloom. But a lot of it is, and the thing about the segments in the gloom is it's really cool. It's really cool because especially with the fact that like you don't always walk on the same material as well, so you have to you pay attention to a number of factors because again your vision is only dictated by so much, right? So you have to also pay attention to sounds, which comes into play pretty hardcore, let me tell you. Especially with the fact that you are obviously not alone in the gloom. This is a horror game after all. An atmosphere alone is good, but there needs to be other present dangers as well, right? So yeah, you're not alone in the gloom, and the things in the gloom can hear you. And what's great is whenever you're trying to properly hide, like in a chase sequence and stuff like that, not that there are any proper chase sequences, it's more like if you get spotted, or if they hear you or something like that, right? Then a chase sequence occurs. And what's really cool is that whenever you're hiding, usually under like a desk or something of that nature, it's pretty obvious where you can hide. The game, luckily, is quite generous with that. And then you'll see a little microphone icon up here, which is great because I love games that utilize more of the stuff that you have to really kind of further immerse you into the sequence. And so you have to also be quiet because if they can hear you, well, that's it. You're probably caught. You're dead. That's game over. And so yeah, I'm probably not going to spoil too much more going on when it comes to the story itself. We'll talk a little bit about gameplay. So gameplay-wise, it starts I'm not gonna lie to you. In the first sequence, in the base where you kind of wake up and everything, it felt a little clunky, a little odd. Some of the dialogue wasn't amazing in text and stuff like that. I could tell it wasn't. It was, you know, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think there's anything super bad about it. It's just there's a lot of reading and a lot of trying to understand what's going on and everything like that, and it really kind of slows the pacing down. And then things just kind of happen, which is fun. It really throws you into the thick of it. So very quickly you get into the crux of what you want to be into in this, right? The scanning and the scariness and the darkness and all that shit. It's amazing. It's really, really fun. I think my only other true gripe with the gameplay that I could really mention is the fact that, like, so in order to save, it's got one of those manual saving mechanisms where you find a device and you have to use it. It's like a little computer terminal. You use it to save, and it'll automatically save for you and stuff only when you use the terminal. But it will tell you when it's saving, which is great. You can use those once, right? And that wouldn't be a problem if you're playing a linear game where, like, you know, you only have to hit them once and you keep on going, progress kind of thing. But in this game, there's a slight level of backtracking. Not crazy levels like Metroidvanias or anything like that, but there's a little level of backtracking in some parts of the Gloom, and you come across those machines more than once. And I'm like, well, I've made progress. I'd like to be able to save again. So you try to hit it, and there's no prompt. There's no anything that tells you that it has saved. And if you end up watching my second gameplay video, you will see at the start of it that it puts me back not where I saved. So there is a bit of that. There's a little funkiness with the save mechanism, but ultimately, I wouldn't say it was a big problem. It was like a 2-minute behind thing. It really wasn't too bad. Like, not enough to be like, I don't want to play this anymore. You know, like, really not that bad. Yeah, when it comes to pros, the environment's really, really crazy and bizarre because you're trying to figure out what's in the gloom, what's going on. And what's amazing is that you can really tell after a point that it's not just like a cave environment, right? There's also the fact that, like, you end up getting closer to your other base and stuff, and there's this, you can hear, like, other mechanisms going on. You can hear, like, metal gratings and stuff that you walk on as well. It's interesting. I love the fact that, like, things are color-coded, which kind of helps tell you a bit of significance of certain items and objects, like key items are green, for example. Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much more beyond that. It's really fun. It's really fun, and I had a fantastic little time playing it. I'm not even going to lie to you. And so, yet again, I'd really like to thank Stellkrill for this opportunity and PressEngine for getting me access. This is it's been super, super fun. I've really, really enjoyed it. There is quite a story to it, and let me tell you, it will throw you for a loop. It's so hard not to spoil it because I really kind of want to tell you a little bit about it, but the beauty is I don't want to spoil it because then you should play it if you're really interested in this kind of stuff. Yeah, again, I'm sure I'll show little gameplay clips in this as well to tease. But then again, if you are interested, but you maybe don't have the funds for it at the moment or anything, you can always watch me play it. Maybe you don't like scary games or playing them, but you like watching people react to them. You can totally watch my playthrough, which I'm sure there'll be a link somewhere down in the description, or I'm sure it'll appear on my channel or anything like that. So, easy days. You can easily watch how I go through it. It's good. It's pretty good. It is. Yeah, no. I feel like if I mention anything else, I'm going to start spoiling. I really don't want to do that. So I'd say overall, I'm quite pleased with this experience. It's a fun little horror survival, which, I mean, survival is the aspect, but it's quite easy to die. But again, I mean, you can find items like medkits and stuff like that. So it's also very easy to not die. It really, really is. This has been a fantastic little opportunity, and I really hope this review kind of sheds a little bit of light on the situation of the game. And I really hope you check it out. It's available on Steam. I'll go ahead and pop another link in the description below, of course, about that, of course. And yet again, I'd like to thank Stellkrill and PressEngine for this wonderful opportunity to be able to play and review this game. I've had a fantastic time. I love horror games. I really can't help it, you know? And the moment I saw this reminded me of Scanner Somber, I was like, I have to. I immediately requested a key. I did. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was very excited when it got accepted. I was like, fuck yeah. God, okay. Gushing nerdiness over. Quite good fun game. I really hope you check it out yourselves. Thank you so very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.